juice in like some Babip and Tally.
You mean the LCO?
LCO, sorry.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said PCS.
PCS,
I think you read PC.
Yes, I did, yeah.
It's all good, it's all good. There's a lot of teams. We got to cover a lot of different ground. But we are into picks and bans. The Nidalee, the Twisted Fate, the Jace, the Aurelia, and the Lucian. So again, these big solo lane power picks being taken off the board.
Yeah, and I think a lot of pocket picks going off the board for Peace as well, right? The Nidalee has been a favorite of Babip. He's undefeated on it, looks phenomenal on it in playoffs, so taking that away. And when you look across at Tarzan, I think a few people who've been watching these solo queue streams will recognize he's pretty strong on the Lee Sin, so getting that away alongside power picks. But LeBlanc instantly locked in for Icon. This has been a strong pick for him back home, and now we get to see it on the international stage as well.
It's almost like he's iconic on it as we look towards now the side of Peace as they move on to... If only there was a camera to show your distaste to my pun. But we are going to see them lock in the Misfortune. And now, last time we saw it, it did exceptionally well. Obviously, that damage is absolutely insane with that double up, and of course, with the lethality build, you end up going. But I want to see now, with the Amumu finally left open, do they end up moving towards that as quickly as we might see?
I mean, nobody's really gone towards it, and it looks like actually what Tally's going to do is go, hey, look, I don't really want to fight against this LeBlanc. I'm just going to take this big old AP bruiser and look to try and play off through sidelines, set up for the Misfortune in that similar fashion. Now, the big thing that you need, obviously, is the engage tool. So things like an Alistair, things like that really start to rise up in priority for Peace in the support role to allow you to set up for this big 1-2 combo. And I think that's what we're starting to see more and more, at least at this stage over our last 3 games, is a lot of times those wombo combo team fights are working out brilliantly for their respective teams.
Aphelios locked and loaded for the first time here at the 2021 Worlds, and that is a pick that can 1v9 if everything else in the game goes wrong.
Yeah, I think I'd love to see the Thresh locked in with it as well, give a bit more control over towards that bottom half of the map, trying to give a lantern to safety as well from the, the Galio trying to sweep his way in as well. But Tarzan has his eyes on this Qiyana from the last game as well, and I mean, it's a very strong jungler at the moment and one that can take over in team fights.
There's obviously put a lot of pressure now on the side of Peace. They got to figure out where do you want to choose your last pick right now, because if you don't pick a jungler, you're going to have a lot of things, a lot of options banned away from you. But if you do not pick up the support, your Misfortune could be left in a bad state as well.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they decide to go towards, because in my mind, right, if I'm on LNG side, I'm like, we would like Thresh, we would like Braum. They're the 2 picks that we see most often with the Aphelios. But if you're on Peace's side, hey, look, maybe you decide to try and take one of them away, and then you go towards it. But we will finally get the Sad Mummy onto the screen. It will be the Curse of the Sad Bullet time down to that bottom side.
I thought they'd never pick Amumu. It's just been so long, and I've been so excited to see this one now, and it's all about that wombo combo. Peace have put out very clearly saying Galio ult, Amumu ult, Misfortune ult, once combined together, you're dead.
Yeah, and the reason that we're seeing the Amumu rise up is because they did change him. His Q now can hold on to a second stack of it, and you can toss it out once every 3 seconds. So very quick at going in. Spider-Man is way in, Spider-Man is way out, or just follow up on any sort of engages. So crazy strong pick, and why we're seeing Peace start to go, right, let's get rid of the supports. Let's make this Aphelios uncomfortable and make sure that we can actually set up off that strong bot lane. Rakan taken off the board to try and disrupt the bullet time. Maybe they look towards something like a Leona as well, because Leona great at stopping Misfortune in a lot of situations. Or they can also go towards the Braum. Safety, both for the Aphelios and in blocking up that big bullet time.
Well, they do get rid of the Thresh, so LNG kind of been put into one. I will say the Braum is still very much on the board. Has, of course, got the stand behind me, and, of course, the Poppy. I just saw that. Poppy and Kennen being banned away. Vizicsacsi getting some respect to his name.
Yeah, and well deserved, right? This guy has been, well, disappeared for a little bit, but certainly like Splice 2018, gone to Worlds several times. Like, this is a very strong top laner that Peace have managed to pick up. So let's see what he decides to go with. I feel though here you just go towards your jungle pick, hide what you want to go towards for Chachi, and it is going to be the Zed. So Zed insanely fast clear at the moment because we got the change where his passive, when you drop a minion below 60% health in the jungle, will take that extra damage. So his clear is insane right now.
Not only that, but you get this clear in, he's obviously going to be going into the jungle. Can still technically flex, but we do expect it to be in the jungle. But not only that, you now have a point and click, get me on top of this carry, get me to kill this Aphelios, and can get in, get out, if played correctly, so damn effectively, as LNG now start to lock in the last bit of their composition. Oh my lord, the Fiora locked and loaded here for Ale.
I love this. So LNG have just gone, right, you know what, Ale, we love these 1-4s. we're just going to continue to have you on these strong side split pushers. And when you're looking towards things like Camille, you really don't want to be playing against this Fiora. So it looks like Vizicsacsi going to go back towards kind of your more basic stuff. Keep yourself safe, keep yourself on that weak side top laner, and go back towards the Gangplank.
And there's more AoE, more ultimates available here from the side of Peace. They got themselves a Venn diagram of doom, but you got to be inside the Venn diagram to be able to get the most out of it. So compositions locked and loaded. I feel like Peace, we know what they're going to be going for, but I am keeping dead eyes on that Zed.
Yeah, I mean, for Peace, team fights, right? You're going to be able to take over. Big AoE, as you already mentioned. I think for LNG, it's much more interesting, though, right? Because you can try and play it through side lanes with both the LeBlanc, if you can get up and rolling, the Fiora as well, try and take over there. Just disappear into Fog of War, look for picks, look to try and play around Ale once more. And this is very different from what we saw on LNG in the past, right? We'd see a little bit of attention towards Ale. He would try to play these carries, but it was much more team fight focused. When you have this Fiora, yes, you can play team fights, but you certainly want to be in a side lane much more.
Absolutely, and that's where we, Fiora, name a better duo, Chinese Tops and Fiora. It's kind of a history at Worlds, shall we say, and it looks like Ale is the next to
this and try some funky stuff. You gotcha. I mean, it's where the best analysis comes from, a second to Reddit, but top side.
Absolutely, top side. Vizicsacsi now getting his first little taste of the LNG top duo with the jungle. First blood going over to Ale.
And it's nice to see Tarzan at least having a little bit more control in this game. Like, you have the Qiyana where we were looking going, okay, cool. Yeah, in the game number 1 didn't have the biggest impact. We kind of set behind. Now, though, instantly moves up top level 3.
Level 6 just yet, and you will have the grand challenge coming down. They have no idea that Tarzan is here, but there's a hell of a lot of minions coming in, so they're going to try and take him down. He flashes away. Nicely done there by him to try and keep himself alive. Tarzan tanking up just the perfect amount, and that is another quick kill into the top lane.
And LNG just read the play well. If you actually look in the mid lane, Tali and Babip had actually roamed down towards the bottom side, looking at trying to pick up this dragon. So it gave that moment for LNG to find more kills on towards Ale. And sorry, before you visit Chachi, welcome back to the main stage, and you're getting beaten across.
Yeah, this is quite the debut. Vizicsacsi had to TP back Hero's entrance, and of course the curse of the sad bullet time. They landed, they're going to go in, and the AoE is good! Violet will pick himself up the kill in the first blood for the OCE region.
Nicely done by Aladoric, managing to just pick off Tarzan and knowing, hey, look,
very good at just knowing the limits of his champion, and with Aladoric having to come down here now, they're just trying to defend their own base.
Yeah, Aladoric gets the engage on Lwandy, though.
Oh, okay, he's used the bullet time as well. Or not the bullet time, excuse me, the cannon barrage alongside the Curse of the Sad Mummy, and they try to go in now with the heroic entrance, try and keep Aladoric alive, but he's dead. Ale with his third kill. Now they can keep pushing forward. Tarzan flashes away, and we can see maybe if Tali goes down. There's a bullet time, but it's a double kill. Ale flashing forward, not quite able to get it, and he will fall down to the turret. He got a little greedy, and he got punished, but even then, we're still continuing on. LNG want these kills. I don't think they're going to get them.
No, they'll end up backing away. Peace will run for the hills. Chachi clearing out that bot wave. Will manage to keep himself safe since he's got that wave clear, but LNG will find himself at the end of the point of that sword.
He's full, almost full item behind at this stage. So we can now see the first death mark, and boop! That's not what's going to happen to the Zed. That's supposed to happen to the target.
But I mean, look at have you got a piece? Like 6k go behind. You haven't really got vision control of the area. You can see Aladoric might even be cut out.
He's going to go, ooh, okay, they get the solar flare out of it. Lwandy going a little deep here, and they're actually going to be able to get the stopwatch out of him. This is just all delaying, and ooh, Tarzan's a big boy, and that's going to be a lot of damage. Babip goes in, but immediately has to try and get himself back out. Tarzan trying to see if he can find a little bit more kills. There's going to be the bullet time to try and dissuade anyone from that little corridor, but the end of it all, LNG are not deterred, LNG are not afraid, and LNG are still pushing forward. Peace trying to keep themselves in some way, shape, or form. Going for it, he's catching him in the shop! Didn't look at his sides, and that's another quick kill. Right, he's got light coming out of this. They flash in on top of him. He gets himself onto the double up. He eventually falls down. Good barrel coming out from Peace, but it's a consolation prize. And this Fiora. So here we go. We're going in. Supreme display of talent. Their solar flare completely whiffs, and that's going to be the bullet tide coming in. So they actually trade back to Qiyana. Lwandy in a lot of trouble as well, and that's 2 quick kills. But Icon trying to get something back. They go back in with Babip. He dies as light flashes away. These are the small mistakes that we talk about, and why the wombo combo is needs to be respected.
Yeah, they try to dive too deep, don't get onto the key carries, and it is an opportunity for Peace to get something, but now, again,
try and maybe catch somebody out. Fiora pushing in that mid lane, so you have not got the pressure of your team. He's already gone back and trying to TP in with the LeBlanc. Now it's going to be a full 5v5. There's going to be the taunt going down onto Icon as he gets not quite deleted, but it's the Gangplank down. It's 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4, and right into the middle. You're to search LNG. Bon appetit. teeth. That's going to be the clean ace, and LNG can barrel it up mid.
I mean, they've got the wave, they've got everything. Who needs a Baron when you can take the entire clean ace? And LNG, 24 minutes, will crack up in the base of peace.
And LNG will put themselves onto 2-0. They will cement themselves atop the table, and they will keep themselves very, very happy as they come out on top in the first day of LPL, excuse me, Worlds 2021.
Bias confirmed, bias confirmed.
We got him, ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I mean,
It was a great game.
It was a great game. Phenomenal game from LNG. Sad for the LCO representatives though. Peace unfortunately just couldn't find the way into the game. We got Ale playing very well on this top side of the Fiora. Full control coming up with Tarzan having that early gank. And from that, they just kept the pressure on Vizicsacsi. And unfortunately for him, even the Gangplank, without much attention topside, you're never going to be able to survive everything that LNG were throwing towards that top lane.
Yeah, honestly, I think LNG were just too strong, and Peace, they had moments. There was definitely opportunities. The pieces were there, but LNG just never let them play with their toys. It was just kind of like, no, they stay in the box and you don't get to do it. And they get to play with it once, and it's like, never again.